Hey there, and welcome back to my channel. Are you wondering how to end your year in your boutique inventory-wise, sales-wise? Stay tuned. I'm gonna go over all my tips and tricks to ending your year strong. If we haven't met yet, hi, I'm Emily Benson. I am the host of the Boost Your Boutique podcast. I'm a business consultant and mindset coach for boutique owners. Thanks for joining me. If you've been watching for a while, don't forget, subscribe to my channel so that you get updates every Tuesday on new videos. All right, let's just jump right in here. So it's the end of the year. There's so much that you've done. Congratulations. You've made it to another year of being a boutique owner. But what do you need to do to make sure that you close out the year really strong? Let's talk about that. First and foremost, if you are watching this before December 15th, yes, if you're not, you've got to start getting rid of all your winter stuff, all your holiday stuff. Between December 10th and December 15th, you gotta stop ordering winter. You wanna dwindle that down as much as possible because literally the weekend between Christmas and New Year's is when everything starts to flip to spring. No joke, after January 1st is when we flip to spring merchandise, and you don't wanna have a bunch of leftover winter. So winter's a really short season, but if you can sell through it by December 15th, December 20th, December 24th, you're gonna be good. How do you start to get rid of this stuff? Well, let me tell you. First of all, stop buying it. Second of all, you can start to take some markdowns. So just start individually marking down products or styles that are halfway sold through. If you have something that's not moving, or let's say you bought like a ton of hats or a ton of gloves and they're just not moving as quickly as you wanted to, you could do a weekend or a special offer for a few limited time days where maybe you give them as a free gift with purchase if the purchase is like over $75, right? So you get a free pair of gloves or a free hat over a certain price. Now, some of this stuff you can totally pack up and use next winter. Bring it out in October, you're totally ready to go. But trust me, I totally understand wanting to sell through all of it and not having to store it. That's honestly best case scenario. Make sure you stop ordering and start selling through. At the same time as you're doing this, you also want to be thinking about spring delivery. So like I said, once we start in January, it's still freezing cold out, especially where I am in Boston, but everyone is thinking at least spring color. You might live in a place that's in the north and it's very cold, very chilly. I know southern states get cold too, but certainly not as chilly as here. At the end of the day, this is where you have to be smart. You have to buy warm clothing in spring colors. Spring colors mean pastels, florals, light stripes. Think spring, think Easter colors, think blossoming. That is what spring is all about. So you want to start thinking about that. You probably don't want to bring it in until January, but you can definitely start looking on vendors' websites to see if they have any pre-orders that will ship a little later in December or early January. That's really where you're going to want to start to have it delivered. So if you start to think about it now, even if you just spend an hour or two a week looking for spring merchandise, putting some of it on order, you're going to be in a much better spot come January when you need to flip your store. Okay, what questions do you have about ending the year strong? Post them below. I want to hear from you. I want to have this conversation. I can't believe another year has gone by. This is crazy. I started my boutique truck called the Fashion Truck way back in 2011. And even before that, I was in corporate retail. So I have spent so many end of years talking about this stuff, thinking about this stuff. I think it's been like 16 years now that I've been talking about this. It's a lot to do, but you know, you also get to give yourself a big round of applause, a big pat on the back because you made it through another calendar year. This is another calendar year. This is so exciting. The week between Christmas and New Year's, so this end of the year that we're talking about, great time to do something like a semi-annual sale, end of the year sale. If you can start your January 1st with the lowest amount of inventory, you won't pay taxes on it. Your bookkeeper will thank you. It will be good for the books. Try to sell through as much as you can. It doesn't even matter what season it is. You could say, you know what, I don't want to carry some of this stuff into the next year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and I'm going to do a big sale December 26th through December 31st, January 1st, something like that. You could do it over the time too, of course, into January, but you really want to try to get the bulk of what you have for inventory from this past year moved on out so you can start the year with a really clean slate. They always say like, oh, clear the books. Clear the books of your inventory, start January 1st really fresh and flush with some cash in your bank account, because it's great to have inventory on your shelves, but if it's not moving, it's actually way better to have the cash in your bank account than have some of that inventory that's not really moving on your shelves. Okay, the last piece of advice I have is for a bit more of an experienced boutique, or maybe a boutique that made quite a bit of money this year. Get with your accountant before the end of the year. Any profit you have, you're gonna have to pay taxes on. So it's a great time of year to put in some capital investments into paying down some credit cards, or maybe you want to invest in some new computers, some new tech, or you want to subscribe to some new things, or you want to pay for coaching. You want to do something that spends some of that money so you don't have to pay taxes on it, on the profits in the next year, but you have to do that by December 31st. Another thing you can look into to kind of spend that money, it's not really spending, it's saving. If you are self-employed, you can actually put it into a self-employed 401k. I believe the limit is somewhere around $19,000 you can put in each year, and that is untaxed. And you can actually take money out of that for things like a down payment or disaster. There's lots of different rules, and I'm not an accountant, so talk to your bookkeeper or accountant about this. It's a self-employed 401k. They can help you set that up, and as long as the account is set up and the money's moved in before the end of the year, it will count towards that total. It's untaxable money, it's savings. It's a great way to save money, and it's kind of a no-brainer. So make sure that you start doing some of this QuickBooks stuff. I see so many people in April are like, I have to do my taxes. Just do it now. If you're in a position to work with a bookkeeper, please do it. They're so inexpensive, and absolutely work with a tax accountant or someone to help you do your taxes, because owning a business is a great way to screw up your financials. So just make sure you get professional help with all of that stuff and you stay in a good position for that. If you're looking to end your year on a high note with me in a masterclass, awesome! I am hosting a masterclass at the end of 2020. I'd love for you to join. All you have to do is click this link. We'll also put it down in the show notes. But I'm teaching a 4-part masterclass on how to set goals, track your finances, all for boutique owners. So I hope that you'll join me. Signups are open. Come and hang out with me for 2 weeks, 4 sessions. It's gonna be really fun. Thanks for joining me this week. If you haven't yet, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you here next week. Bye.